Hello my Wolfpack and welcome to the RBL Week 2 Team Builder video. So today we are covering the Team Builder for obviously the Week 2. We're going over our strategies for versing David with the British Bruxish. Now me and David have not battled in years. TBL, the original Summer League of TBL, and that one wasn't even uploaded to the channel. So it's been years since we have had a battle. And honestly, I know David is very competent with VGC. For years he has been doing doubles, and obviously this is my second ever doubles match, so you know this is going to be something that I'm not expecting to win personally. I am not expecting to win. I'm just here to have fun, honestly. Just here to have some good times, essentially. So his team has got Gigantamax Corviknight, which obviously has the ability to, I think it's defog with its G-Max move, and Corviknight can just in general hit things quite hard. It's got Flying and Steel as its typing, so obviously it can do well. Not against me really, because I've got two Electric type Pokemon. I haven't got any Ice type Pokemon, I don't think. I might have an Ice type, I don't know. I can't actually remember on my team, but I haven't got an Ice type this week. I've got Arcanine and the Fire type, so just Corviknight just doesn't really match up with my team very well. Tapu Fini is very scary actually, purely for the Arcanine and the Hypaldon, but Arcanine is definitely a mon that really hits his team super hard, so the Tapu Fini can really be a problem for me potentially, but I do have Wild Charge as an option for that. We've got Gothitelle. Gothitelle is, you know, obviously Shadow Tag user. We've got Perish Song capabilities on this team. We've got Gothitelle can just hit quite hard, potentially like Toxic as well. If he wants to, like, I'm pretty sure Gothitelle gets recovered, but if he wants to like do something like that, we've got Arctozolt, which is again a really scary Pokemon. Combined with his Alolan Ninetales, that means that he can obviously get the Slush Rush, which is doubling the speed, allowing for Arctozolt to do the Bolt Beak, which is going to hit hard. It also has the Ice coverage as well, which my team does have quite a significant Ice weakness. I've got Dragalge, Mandibuzz, Hypaldon, and Raikous, which are all weak to Ice, so I kind of have to be very careful with that because he's got two really powerful Ice types here, one physical, one special. We've got Mienshao, which is a scary Pokemon. I've got Mandibuzz, which kind of can sort of deal with it. We've got Arcanine, which can intimidate it. We've got Porygon 2, it's probably the most disturbed by it, essentially. We've got Tangela, which is, you know, played correctly, it can definitely be a problem. It can be very difficult for me to deal with because Eviolite and just like possibly even like, I don't think it gets knocked off, but like Leech Seed options, like especially with kind of the Shadow Tag combination, definitely could be really scary. You've got Trapinch here. Now obviously I've got a ground type weakness, as I said last week, so Trapinch can definitely be a problem for me 100% of the time. And I've got like two weaknesses to ground on this team, so Trapinch 100% could be a problem. Eviolite is going to have a bit of bulk. It has base 100 speed. If we get the Trick Room set up and the Trapinch is there, then obviously that can be a really big problem for me because it's the slowest thing on the field. Alolan Ninetales, as I said, very scary. It can hit my team quite hard in general. We've got Tapu Bulu, which I didn't realise he's got two Tapus. He's got two different forms of setting up terrain. Now Tapu Bulu wasn't really anything I was too concerned about. It might come to try and negate my electric, kind of, because obviously electricity is a problem, but it could definitely consider coming. It could be a bulky variant, I suppose. Could be a problem. And Alolan Marowak just hits hard on everything. And obviously Porygon 2 could become a little bit more difficult to run with the Ghost type there as well. So yeah, that's his team. Our team, we have got minimal prep. I'm going to be honest, I haven't had time to put in a lot of prep. I would say I've put in half an hour's worth of prep maybe, which is, you know, my EVs are kind of all over the place. If I'm honest, like I've just kind of gone very generic this week, but hopefully I can play. Obviously, I'm not experienced with doubles, so probably did need to put some more time in this. So it's just something that you know I'll do for next time essentially. So Porygon 2, I think Porygon 2 is one of my staples that will probably come most weeks because it's just so difficult to kill for one, and it kind of takes the focus off the other Pokemon. Now, Porygon 2 typically isn't my focus to be killing anything, but it definitely takes the focus off of the Pokemon that is next to me because they want to get rid of Porygon quickly. So we've got Eviolite, which allows it to be bulky and live. We've got Download to allow us to get a +1 in special attack, hopefully. Shadow Ball, which hits his team quite hard. We've got the Gothitelle and the Alolan Marowak, which do not want to take a Shadow Ball. In fact, a lot of his team just don't resist Shadow Ball, so Shadow Ball is just a nice thing to click. I've got Discharge to combine with the Zero Aura for the Volt Switch there to give it that 25% recovery, but also to get damage on the opposing team. We've got Trick Room to allow us to slow down for the Hypaldon, and also maybe the Arcanine as well. And then we've got Recover just for some healing capabilities. I did consider going for Ice Beam here, instead of the Trick Room or the Recover, but I thought Trick Room or Recover was going to be more beneficial. EV-wise, I've just kind of gone for a split between my defense and my special defense. I've gone for more bulk in HP, and then I've gone for a little bit in special attack. Gone for that Modest Nature just to get a little bit more in special attack, allowing me to actually hit a little bit harder on some different things. I haven't done any count, so I don't actually know what the damage output on different things are, so I guess we'll kind of see what happens. My second Pokemon is Hypaldon, and I've gone for Sandstream this week because, honestly, Arctozolt with the Slush Rush could definitely be a big problem for me. But with Hypaldon, if I can get the Sandstream up, I have Pokemon like Arcanine, Zero Aura, possibly Alcremie as well that are faster than it, so that's not going to be as much of a concern. But we've got Hypaldon with a Life Orb again. Now, a lot of people don't see Hypaldon as a physical Pokemon. They always see it as a defensive Pokemon, which is something that I'm using Hypaldon for, because obviously, as kind of stated by like analysis and things, my team is very bulky. My team is very bulky, but I don't have the destructive power that some other teams have. But I kind of do. It's just hidden in different ways. So like Porygon 2, Week 1, if you haven't checked it out, go check it out. Week 1 was one of my MVPs because it managed to get a lot of damage on a lot of different Pokemon. Hypaldon, it's got a really high attack stat, so it can get the damage there, but it's just typically run defensively. But yeah, I've got Life Orb here to increase up my damage output. Earthquake, powerful ground type attack boosted by Stab, obviously hits both Pokemon. That'll be super effective on the Arctozolt, for example, super effective on the Marowak. I'm sure a Trapinch does not want to take an Earthquake. Alolan Ninetales doesn't really want to take an Earthquake, if I'm honest, although it will probably take me out in the first place. Gothitelle doesn't want to take an Earthquake. Tapu Fini probably is fine entirely, and the Corviknight is a problem here. I will admit Corviknight is a problem. I haven't really planned for it on the Hypaldon. We've got Rock Slide here, which allows us to obviously have the chance to flinch, especially under a Trick Room scenario, because we're as slow as we possibly can be. We've got Slack Off as an option as well here, so that allows us to recover some health there. And I just realised, because I'd already gen this in there, and I've already done the match as well actually, I just realised I didn't go for 0 IVs on my speed. If I'd gone for 0 IVs on my speed, I think things would have been slightly different. But you know, Trick Room option for Hypaldon, hitting really hard, is definitely going to be a really, really solid choice, I think. Moving on to Arcanine again, I've got a physical Mon. He has no way of really reducing down my attack power unless he goes for... no, he hasn't even got a Dragon type. He hasn't got... I don't know if he's got much access to Dragon type moves. I think the Enchant might get access to like Dual Chop, but I'm not sure if that's a transfer move. So yeah, he hasn't really got much access to any Dragon type moves, so lowering my attack is not going to be something I have to be concerned about. We've got Arcanine with the Pasho Berry. Is it Pasho? Yeah, Pasho, or Passo, however you say it. That is for the Tapu Fini, because Tapu Fini is the main concern I have with Arcanine here. Obviously, Trapinch can be a problem, but Trapinch under an Intimidate is much less scary than a Tapu Fini, which is not going to have the Intimidate there. The Tapu Fini is obviously going to go specially, and if it's got Surf, which I expect Surf because it hits 2 Pokemon rather than 1, I would like to reduce that damage output and go for a Wild Charge and really dent it as much as I can. I don't think I can take it out in 1 hit, but you know, it's going to hit it hard. Flare Blitz is really, really good in this matchup. Hits Corviknight, it can hit the Arctozolt, it hits the Tangela, it hits the Alolan Ninetales, it hits the Tapu Bulu, so it hits half of his team really, really hard. And then Crunch hits the Alolan Marowak and the Gothitelle and other things as well, and I could possibly get the defense drop also, so it could be something that happens. And then I've got Protect, just because, you know, standard Protect on a Pokemon it seems to be a thing in doubles, so having that Protect there, definitely going to be helpful. EVs, I've just gone for an attack variant, so max HP, max attack. I didn't go for speed because just in case I go for a Trick Room, I thought, you know, in case he has like the Arc Result already set up on a speed, on a Slush Rush, then that could be a problem. If he's running like a load of Ninetales without any speed, I'd outspeed it then on a Trick Room. So kind of wanting to consider a couple of different options there. And I just thought, no, max HP, max attack is definitely going to be a better scenario for me. Then we've got Mandibuzz. Mandibuzz is also kind of a problem in this matchup because he has ice. He has a lot of ice and he has fairy type attacks as well. So it is a bit of a problem. We have got the Yachi Berry, which is the ice reducing berry, which allows us obviously to take less damage from the ice type attack because I'm expecting ice type attacks to happen. Overcoat to stop us taking any damage from the hail or the sand, which is obviously going to be something that happens. We've got Tailwind to allow me to double the speed of my team. Now obviously, like some of my team are going to really benefit from that, so like Zero Aura would definitely benefit, Arcanine would definitely benefit from that as well. We've got Foul Play because there's a lot of there's not a lot of physical attackers, but there's some physical attackers like the Alola Marowak I think would just flat go down to a Foul Play, honestly. You've got things like the Trapinch is going to be hit quite hard by the Foul Play. You've got Mienshao, even though it's resisted, it's probably going to get hit quite hard. Arctozel will get hit quite hard. Gothitelle is super effective, so it probably would hit relatively hard as well. So Foul Play I thought was my best option here. I'm not going for any attack investment or anything. I'm not going for any investment like that because I'm not going for any attacking moves. I went for Fake Tears because I thought Fake Tears combined with like Alcremie or Porygon 2, if I get stuck into those. Obviously the Fake Tears lowering down the special defense by 2 would definitely be really helpful for my team. And then Defog because we've got the option of Aurora Veil, and we've also got the option of Terrain, which Defog does get rid of Terrain as well. So definitely thought that would be a really good option in case of like the Tapu Fini. I'm not running any priority, I don't think, but I thought it would just be a nice thing to go for there instead of the most definitely Aurora Veil. Honestly, most definitely Aurora Veil. I went for a defensive variant, so max HP, max defense, and that just allows me to live as many hits as I can on the defensive side. Obviously, he's got a couple of Pokemon like Alola Ninetales, which are special, and that's why the Yachi Berry's there. I can definitely see Alola Ninetales going for like Blizzards and hitting me really, really hard. So that's obviously going to be a potential problem, but I think I can definitely deal with it. We've then got Zero Aura. Zero Aura is kind of my late game kind of tidy up sweeper. Essentially, I've got the Expert Belt because these 3 attacks hit most of this team for super effective damage. We've got Plasma Fist, which hits the Corviknight, it hits the Tapu Fini, it hits the Mienshao for neutral damage, it hits the Gothitelle for neutral damage, it hits the Alola Ninetales for neutral damage, although we have Fire Punch for that. It hits the Alola Marowak for neutral damage as well. So, you know, not getting the expert boost there on some of them, but it does hit hard on a lot of the team. Fire Punch obviously hits the Arctozel really hard. It will hit the Tangler really hard. It will hit the Alola Ninetales really hard. It will hit the Tapu Bulu really hard. So I've got some good options there with Fire Punch. And then I've gone for Brick Break in case, again, with the Aurora Veil, I need to get rid of that. And it just hits things like the Arctozel for super effective damage. As well. I've got Protect as the last slot because Protect could definitely be a really good option, especially if he's running a Trick Room. He gets the Trick Room because obviously Gothitelle is a Trick Room setter as well. If he sets up a Trick Room because he sees Zero Aura and he wants me to go last, I can then have Porygon 2 there potentially to reverse the Trick Room and have a Protect going on that turn, so Zero Aura is not taking the damage. EVs, gone for speed and attack. Now, as I said, it's very generic. I think actually with the maximum speed, and I did check this one, I think with my max speed, with a Arctozolt that is under Slush Rush that has an adamant nature, not a jolly nature, we are speed tied. So we're speed tied. So that is what I decided to go for there. So that's what I decided to go for there. The final one I've got is Alcremie. Now Alcremie is running Decorate. Decorate is a really, really good move. It's +2 in the attack and special attack of the Pokemon that is next to me, which is really, really good. It's really, really helpful. Obviously, it's going to be really beneficial for me Definitely with my team obviously having like more bulk and being able to live a couple of hits, as well as not having as much damage output, so being able to raise that up with something else is definitely going to be really helpful. We've got Mystical Fire to just get some coverage for like the Corviknight, the Tapu Bulu, the Alolan Ninetales, the Arctozolt. We've got Dazzling Gleam, which kind of hits neutrally on the majority of Pokemon. Obviously, Alolan Marowak is just a problem for Alcremie. I just cannot get over it with Alcremie by myself. But honestly, Alcremie will just go down to a Flare Blitz anyways. And then I've got Recover for just some recovery. I thought about going Protect, but I thought Recover works slightly better with Alcremie, so then I'm not taking as much damage. Yeah, that's kind of my thought process here. Arcanine is definitely going to be a big help in this. Porygon 2 probably going to be a really good support Pokemon on this also, but I've got like a couple of different ways of running things. So I've got the Trick Room way, I've got the Tailwind way, which I think is definitely working for me, or has worked for me last week, so definitely is something that I'm going to continue on with, I think. So hopefully that will all go well. But yeah, that's going to be all for today, so I hope you enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I'll see you soon.